Hi and welcome to our online tour and demonstration of the ForWord program. Before we view the cognitive exercises, it's important to understand how ForWord differs from other learning programs and why it's so effective. Firstly, ForWord is scientifically developed. The programs were created by a team of world-class learning experts who identified how to train the brain to learn better, faster and more easily. Since the initial version's release in 1997, ForWord has been rigorously studied by reputable independent organisations such as Stanford University, and the programs have been used by millions of learners worldwide. As you will see in just a moment, ForWord is presented in the form of interactive and fun computer games that adapt to the participants' individual ability. This creates a learning environment that is both motivating and challenging for users of all ages and skill levels. So now let's take a look at some of the exercises. Let's start with a few of the games that a 6 to 8-year-old would typically do, for example. This first exercise develops the ability to remember, understand and follow instructions. In the beginning, there's only one instruction, but as the participant improves, they are given more instructions more quickly.
Touch the little red square and the little yellow circle. Put the blue circle between the yellow square and the white square.
If the participant does not follow an instruction correctly, it is repeated and the answer is shown.
Put the blue circle between the yellow square and the white square. Put the blue circle between the yellow square and the white square.
This exercise is excellent for training the ability to sustain attention while also developing listening comprehension, working memory and sequencing skills. In this next exercise, participants are required to sequence a series of tonal sweeps that increase in difficulty and speed to train the brain to process information faster. In this example, we heard a high sound followed by a low sound, so the participant would click on the up arrow to indicate that they heard a high tone, then the down arrow to show that they heard a low tone. As the participant progresses, the tones become shorter and quicker. And as they improve, they will be presented with more tones. And even more again. Phew, it makes you concentrate, doesn't it? This exercise trains the brain to process auditory information faster and faster, helping participants to be better listeners and to take in more information and instructions. Isn't it amazing that this game can improve your brain's speed? Now let's take a look at an exercise from one of the reading programs. This game works on developing phonemic awareness, a skill that is very important for learning to read. Participants help the bear to make lunch by sorting the words into the appropriate phoneme-based categories.
Treat. Clean. Snail.
As you can see, this game develops the ability to identify and manipulate initial and final consonants, as well as short and long vowels. The exercises are designed as fun, bright and interactive games to keep participants engaged and motivated.
I really enjoyed the ForWord program because the games are fun and I liked beating my score each day.
Now let's take a look at a few of the exercises that a 12 to 14-year-old would typically do. For example, In this first exercise, called Lunar Tunes, students match spoken syllables and words within a grid of speakers to get points and rewards. The key is to match all of the sounds in as few clicks as possible. As the participant progresses, the number of sounds to match increases.
Tuck, tug, tug, bud, pub, pup, tuck, bud, bud.
This exercise not only trains concentration and working memory skills, but also develops sound discrimination skills, which are crucial for listening and reading. In this next listening comprehension exercise, participants hear a sentence and are then required to select the associated picture.
The frisbee is not held by the dog.
As participants progress, the instructions become longer and use more complex grammar and syntax.
The reporter throws a frisbee covered in dog slobber to Justin. Tracy, the one with the metal lunchbox, receives an apple from Lila. Because she was 2 grades ahead of the boy, the girl was 2 inches taller than him.
This exercise develops listening comprehension, memory and knowledge of grammatical rules to improve the ability to understand and remember information. Now let's take a look at a tricky reading comprehension exercise from one of the reading programs. Participants read 4 headlines and choose the one that best matches the major headline at the top. See if you can work out which headline is most correct. As participants progress, the headlines become longer and more complex. Did you get that one right? As you can see, this exercise is a great way to develop reading comprehension skills while also improving grammar and syntax. Fast for Word offers so much more than your typical learning program. The exercises are engaging and motivating and adapt to the participant's skill level to ensure that the individual is challenged at a just right level.
Fast for Word was quite easy at first, but then it sort of got a lot more challenging, and you really had to focus and think about the answers. But I really like the prospect of beating your own score.
Research has found that one of the most important aspects of any learning program is that it's aimed at the right level, so it's not too easy or too hard. That's why Fast for Word continuously adapts according to every click of the mouse, providing an individually tailored and self-paced learning program that's both challenging and motivating for people of all ages and skill levels.
For me, the thing that I like most about the program, actually it's very hard to name one thing I like about the program most, but the joy on the kids' faces, the joy on the staff working with the kids, the sense of achievement that they got from seeing children succeed and seeing them develop. In fact, we did a staff survey at the end of the project as part of our work with Edith Cowan University, and one of the comments that came out, many of the education assistants, or we call them paraprofessionals, was that they just loved working with kids and seeing them improve, and that came from our 4 staff who are working with Fast for Word. So I think it's that joy, that success, that feeling of achievement that was the best thing for me.
Regardless of your busy lifestyle, there is a Fast for Word program to suit you and your family's schedule. Most participants train on the exercises for 30 to 50 minutes per day, 5 days a week for a minimum of 12 weeks. It's okay to train on the weekends or break up training across the day if preferred, just as long as the exercises are completed on 5 separate days each week. Research has found that this level of intensity is necessary to achieve significant and lasting learning gains. Just as your body needs frequent and consistent exercise to increase your strength and fitness, your brain requires intensive stimulation to build and cement new neural pathways. Fast for Word is well worth the time investment when, in as little as 12 weeks, you or your child can achieve significant learning gains that will last a lifetime. These improved skills can be applied to learning any subject in any environment, whether in primary school, high school, tertiary studies or the workplace.